Hello everyone, welcome back to Ninja Bedtime Stories. I'm so happy to have you back. Today we're going to listen to a new story. I'm going to share a new story, sorry. And it's the title of that story is The Lizard with No Limbs. Let's get started. The Lizard with No Limbs. In the western part of Nigeria, they lived a family. The family consisted of the father, mother, their three children, and the grandmother. The children were Ade, the firstborn, Bolo the second, and Yinka the last. Out of all, Yinka was the most troublesome. Her curiosity always got the best of her, which always landed her at the mercy of her mother's cane. Every night, their grandmother would pray passionately for Yinka to get rid of her troublesome spirits. On a hot day, Yinka and her mother went to the market, leaving her siblings behind, Ade and Bolu, to perform their daily chores. Yinka's mother was pricing meat when Yinka got the urge to explore. She looked at her mother, who was distracted, pricing the meat. Yinka slowly departed and left to go explore the area. She looked around, seeing many faces, but in the corner of her eye, she saw something moving. She came closer. There was a bag with a rock on top of it, and it appeared that something was trapped in it, struggling even. The rock kept it from escaping. Everyone was so busy and distracted to even notice it. Yinka wondered what was inside. Her curiosity got the best of her and she reached out and removed the rock. Almost immediately, what was inside came out. Yinka jumped back, startled, thinking it was a snake, but the creature looked up at her with a friendly gaze. She looked closely and realized that it wasn't a snake, but a lizard with no limbs. It had brownish, shiny skin with some stripes. Yinka remembered learning about them in class. They were quite rare to find. She was glad she paid attention to that lesson and didn't get distracted like she always did. Yinka knelt down, picked up the lizard. She looked around her to see if anyone was watching her. Surprisingly, no one was. She turned her attention back to her new reptile friend that was tickling her palms with its tail. A smile appeared on Yinka's lips, but that changed rather quickly. Yinka! An angry voice roared. It was her mother. Yinka slipped her little friend into her pocket, made her way to where her mother's voice erupted from. Upon arriving, her mother twisted her right ear. Yinka yelped in pain. Mommy, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. This caused quite a commotion around, so the meat merchant decided to intervene. Mommy Ade, please take it easy, yeah? She didn't go that far, please, no verse. Because of this, she decided to let go, leave with Yinka tightly by her wrists. The next day, Yinka was instructed to go and pick out the weeds in the garden as punishment. She marched out to the garden with a calabash in her hands. After returning from the market yesterday, Yinka had put the lizard into a calabash. Yinka laid the calabash flat, allowing the lizard to come out. The lizard was out in the garden, eager to play with Yinka. Mindful that she had to serve her punishment, she went on to do that while feeding the lizard with leaves that she found. She was conscious knowing that one of her family members were watching her, so she had to be careful, very careful, so she couldn't get caught. When she was done weeding, she picked up the calabash to usher her friend to it. But Yinka couldn't find her friend. She must have been so focused that the lizard slipped away without her knowing. A sense of panic surged through Yinka's body. She looked around the whole garden in search of the lizard. She was worried because it could get mistaken for a snake and get killed. She wished the lizard stayed close to her and not disappear when she wasn't looking. Yinka was close to exhaustion when she heard a scream. Oh God, she muttered to herself, knowing clearly what was behind that scream. Yinka ran into the house, to the kitchen, and found Ade on top of a stool, calling the others. What's wrong? Yinka asked, hoping it was a rat that startled Ade. Snake! I saw a snake, she exclaimed. Kilo shele! Mommy Ade came with the rest of the family. Mommy, there's a snake, Ade cried. Yinka rolled her eyes. Her sister was so dramatic. Where is it? Where is it? Their grandmother was keen to find it. I saw it when I was washing the beans, and he entered the storage room. Bolu, go get my cutlass from outside. Daddy Adia instructed, ready to kill the snake. Yinka had dropped. She couldn't let this happen. Daddy, no, please, no, she exclaimed. Don't worry, Daddy will be alright. Ade, take your sister to the parlor, Mommy Ade said, ushering them out of the kitchen. Wait, no, please listen to me. Yinka begged, but all was in vain. Mommy Ade locked the door behind them. She knocked persistently on the door, but Ade dragged her away. Yinka sobbed uncontrollably. Her little friend was going to be killed, and there was nothing she could do but wait. She prayed that the lizard would be able to escape safely outside. To her dismay, Mommy Ade opened the door and said, "The snake has been killed." Ade was relieved. Yinka was the opposite. Mommy Ade urged them to come see the dead snake, but Yinka refused, so she stayed back in the parlor, mourning. Yinka went to bed earlier than she used to that night. While asleep, she kept tossing and turning due to the nightmares she was having about her lizard friend being chopped to pieces. Waking up in cold sweats, Yinka decided to go outside and watch the sunrise. It was early in the morning when everyone was asleep, so she wouldn't get caught by anyone. She sat outside on the grass, slowly watching the sunrise, but she noticed something was moving beside her. Startled, she found a familiar brown, limbless creature looking at her. Yinka was ecstatic. Her friend wasn't dead. It made her realize that what was actually killed was probably an actual snake. Yinka felt like she had been taught a lesson. She remembered the time she wandered away from her mother at the market when she wasn't looking, and at the other times she wandered off. It must have been terrifying for her mother to not know where she was. Yinka resolved to be better, less troublesome, and maybe listen more. She stared back at the lizard, waving goodbye. "Oh, dabo," she said, and the lizard slithered away. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for listening. These are some stories that I wrote. If you have any suggestion, any criticism that you have, please comment it down below. I'm very new to YouTube, so yeah, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, comment. I already told you to comment. I'll see you next time. Bye.